Okay guys, we are going to show you how to do the calculations for your drawer on the cabinet. These are the sheets that I'm going to be sending out to you guys via Teams. You'll also be getting an actual size for the measurements you're doing. As you can see, we have 3 main steps to do with this, as well as there's going to be a little bit of sketching so that you actually have a drawing of it. Normally we'll do the sketch in oblique. It's a lot easier than doing an isometric. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the rough opening for the drawer now. The rough opening is considered to be this opening right here. Okay, it is finished on the inside, but the rough opening means that our drawer is going to be smaller than this opening so that it fits. We're going to be using drawer rollers. The rollers will attach to the sides here and to the base of the drawer. Okay, so it means we have to do some measurement and a little bit of math in order to get the right sizes. Okay, the pattern itself is pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to need to do 3 measurements. The measurements I like to call them are very simple. I call it A, which is going to be the height of the drawer this way, from the top of your support to the base of the other support where your lid, where your top goes. That's your A measurement. So if we take your A measurement, okay, we'll drop it down to here. We'll go right to the top like that, hold them nice and flat. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's our first measurement. 6 and 1/8 is your A. And you'll record it onto your sheet, just like this. Pretty simple. 6, 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Now we're going to do your B measurement. Your B measurement is going to go from side to side of your cabinet, right to here. Not outside, but inside. Okay, so we're going to take the inside measurement, we're going to push tight up to the edge like that again, run it all the way across, and as you can see, we have 12.5 inches of space now. Okay, so again, we'll record that on the sheet. 12.5 inches. That is your step 1 for getting what we call your rough opening. Also, if you ever see me write this down, I go R/O, that is the same thing as a rough opening. Okay? Now we're going to start the math part of this. Pretty simple what we have to do. We're now going to go get the outside measurements of your drawer. So what the outside measurement means is the actual outside to outside measurement your drawer will be. Okay? We have to figure that out before we can do anything else, because you can't just build a drawer. Okay, so we're going to do A measurement. We're going to subtract 1 inch from that. So now the height, or in some cases you'll call it the width afterwards, is going to be 5 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now our B measurement, we're also going to subtract 1 inch. What that does is that gives the space for our drawer slides. Okay, so now we're going down to 11.5 inches. Now, our measurement of C is the depth of how far back our drawer is going to go. I give this to you guys at 12 3/4, so we're going to leave it at that measurement right there. Nothing will change from that. Okay? So again, your outside measurements to your drawer, also known as the OSM, or the outside measurement. Okay? You guys wonder how I get that? OSM. Okay? So far we have the outside measurements, meaning we know exactly how big our drawer is going to be. The problem from here is if I build this right now and put it all together, it's not going to go together and fit. Okay, we have to have a minimum of a 1 inch space inside of our cabinet. So if I were to put my drawer inside of here right now, I would have to have a gap from here across. I would need that when I put my drawer together, I would have to have a 1 inch space, this much space, to give for my rollers. Now you said, yeah, I've already taken off the 1 inch. But remember, the measurement we have, all of our thicknesses for our drawer are going to be 1/2 inch. So we have to give for this size in order to make it fit. Okay, so we've done our first sheet. Now we're going to do the finished measurements of our drawer. Okay? We know our thicknesses are all 1/2 inch. But now we have to get the sizes for the front and the back of the drawer and the sides. They're going to be the same, obviously. But like it says here, you have to remember to subtract a 1/2 inch from your OSM or your outside measurement of the front and the back in order, because we have to give for our rabbets and our dados. Because we're not just going to nail this in together, we have to have a little bit of glue and a little bit of like more rigidity in the sides. So if I take it from here now, I'm going to quickly sketch something onto here to give you an idea. We'll go oblique sketch like this. This will not be pretty, I'm telling you right now. Take that to the back. Okay. So what I'm giving for there, you can see right here, is a rabbit. Okay, I come across again. I finish this off. Okay. And in the back corner, we're going to have a dado. Across. Okay, very quick rough sketch, but what you have there is a rabbit. Here you have a dado. And we know that when we do our normal measurements, when we did our dados and rabbits for these joints up here, half of our 3/4 is 3/8. Now we're working off a 1/2 inch. So this little space right here has to be a 1/4 inch on both sides. Okay, so if we start doing our measurements on here, I can draw them on here, put them back there afterwards. We know that all our pieces here are a 1/2 inch thick. Okay, our A measurement, which is the height of our drawer, in this case, this will be the width of our piece. Okay, our width of our piece says it needs to, from top to bottom, 5 1/8 of an inch. Okay, from there to there. Now we look at the B measurement, which is going to be all the way across here. So that's going to be outside to outside. We know that measurement already. That's a really big mistake there. Anyways, we know the outside to outside measurement is 11.5. So what we need to do now is we need to take off an extra 1/4 inch on each side to get it to fit inside. So it means overall we're subtracting a 1/2 inch. Okay, so we know our width for both up here already is 5 1/8. Okay, our front and back, since we've gone and taken off the extra size, we go from 11.5 to now 11 inches. Okay, and finally the depth of our drawer, we're keeping the same, so that will be the length measurement for your sides. So from here to here, 12 3/4. Okay, this is how you're going to figure out what the size of your piece will be. This part of the package has to be drafted as well. Okay, and then we will also normally do a bill of materials for this, and we do have access to that, so maybe we'll add that in. Okay, that's how you measure for your drawer.